readers, April here on Tarot and Witchery, and today I'm going to share with you my decks that I purchased, my tarot decks I purchased in 2022 that were Kickstarter or privately produced decks. And this is a handsy video because, well, I'm sick and I'm not wanting to get myself looking okay. So I shared with you last time my list here, and you can see I have another video on the mass market decks that I purchased in 2022, and I will be making an Oracle one of these as well. So let's jump into these. Before we do, just want to let you know that I have some freebies down in the description box below that you can get. Okay, so the Forever Tarot. This was a Kickstarter, and I thought, what a great idea. This is a foiled version. Like, the backs are cool. And you could pick the color of the backs and the fronts. And I kind of wish I had done copper on the fronts and silver on the back. I'm not going to really go into this, but this was very disappointing to me. You can see that there's just no... there is no detail on here. Like, I'm sorry, this is just bad. It's bad. The cardstock is bad. This was a real disappointment. So let's just start off on the nasty note. Sorry about that. They were like, hey, you're going to do a review, and I chose not to do a review because I really didn't have anything nice to say about the Forever Tarot. All right. Early on in the year, and you saw this in my deck declutter, I ordered the Prisma Visions Tarot by James R. Eads. I mean, honestly, this box is to die for. Look at the inside of that box. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the Prisma Visions Tarot. The suits line up to make pictures, but I never line them up to make pictures. These are the major arcana, have borders on them. This was not a winner for me. If you see my deck declutter, I talk about why this wasn't a winner for me. There's some lovely ones, like the Queen of Pentacles is gorgeous. The artwork on here is lovely, but it's very dark and it's very difficult for me to see. And so, yeah. I have decided to keep this deck, not to rehome it, but it will just be going in my collector's area. Okay, moving right along to, let's see, let's grab these two right here. Let's do two at once. This one right here. The Grimalkin's Curious Cats Tarot and the Guardians of the Night Tarot by M.J. Cullinan. This was one of those, like, buy two, get one free. Like, I bought the Guardians of the Night and the Crow Oracle, or maybe, yeah, the Crow Oracle, and I got the Grimalkins free. So here's the Grimalkins. If you're not familiar with MJ's work, I am a fan of MJ. And so when I saw that she had a cat and it was like free, like, hey, you get this free. I can't remember. It was buy two, get one free. It was an amazing little offer. I think it was right before she went public with her, with the Crow Tarot, which I also have. But you can see the cats. They're just actual pictures of cats, which I like. The fact that they're actual pictures of cats. So they're kind of realistic. You know, sometimes when you see, not that I don't love anthropomorphized cat oracles where, like, you know, they're holding wands and doing magic and all that. I have to admit I have not gotten into this deck very much at all, the Grimalkin's Tarot. But I will, because I like MJ a lot. I like MJ's art. I like the way she does her art. But for me, what makes her decks really great... Oh man, this is a slippery deck, you guys. All of her decks are super slippery. So that's kind of a downside because I'm an overhand shuffler. I don't know about those of you who shuffle, riffle shuffle, how this works for you. This is Guardians of the Night. It is an animal oracle. And, you know, animal tarot, excuse me. It's so interesting because I have just not been someone that has in the past loved animal decks, but this last year it was on for me. It was really where I was at. And I think maybe, first of all, I love animals, but I think that I've just reached a place in my tarot reading. I'm super comfortable with reading tarot that I just want to explore new ways of looking at the cards. And I find there's so much to dive into here with this deck. This is definitely a favorite deck. What makes this deck so great, again, is MJ's writing. Her take on the tarot is wonderful, and I feel like I really learn so much. If you like animals, then if you like animals and, oops, I do that a lot, and you like animal decks, this is a deck that you may want to check out. And of course, I have links to all the decks down below. Definitely do not regret getting this. It's kind of weird because this was sort of like I just wanted the Crow Oracle, but I thought, what the heck, I love her work, so I'm going to go for it, and I'm glad that I did. Next is this right here, and I'm not going in the order I got these in, you guys, because I had put them all in order last time for you, you know, and kind of was like, oh, here's when I got this one, and I'm marching my way through the year. But I just don't have the bandwidth, the mental capacity right now with the way that I feel. The Stolen Child Tarot by Monica Knighton. For those of you who've watched my channel at all, got this wonderful incense I put in there because the deck did not smell good when I got it. It had a weird chemically smell. This is interesting. This is an interesting cardstock too. It's thin, but it's not too thin. So I don't know. If you know me at all, then you would know that this style of art is just right up my alley. And you can see I haven't really worked with it because when I did the initial flip through, I was really struggling with, and maybe let's look on the other side. I've talked about this in other videos. I was really struggling with her choice of, I don't know, she had things that were like water in flame, like here, like this water and fire in, which should be, so, I mean, wands. So there were just some weird things that I was really struggling with. Like all of the water stuff in here is just odd to me. So I haven't dove into this, but the artwork on it is gorgeous. And I don't have any plans to rehome this. Even if I decided I didn't like reading it, I would keep it because it's gorgeous. The one thing I have thought about doing is trimming off the borders. I mean, the backs are lovely, but I don't think I would lose much of anything, and maybe finding some really nice sagey green to edge it in. I just don't feel like it needs the white space at all. Has anybody actually trimmed this one? Let me know. I do have a downloadable PDF for this, and that's what I need to do. I need to print it out and spend some time working with it, but I have not. I know that I got this, I actually think I ordered this in December of 2021. This Might Hurt by Isabella Rotman. I think I ordered this in, yeah, I think I ordered it in 2021. Box is amazing, you guys. You know, I'm a box junkie. Look, this is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And it came like in January. You get to pick the sides, I think. I can't remember. Mine is like this gray, flashy. I love the backs on here. This is just a very modern, diverse sort of deck. And I mean, look, the coffee cups for the Four of Cups. It's basically a Rider-Waite clone, just with a modern twist on it. I do like that there are different body shapes and sizes in here. I actually like this Eight of Wands because it shows nature moving with it. And I feel like that's a huge portion of the Eight of Wands. This deck is an easy read. Like, if you're new to tarot and you want to try something out, like get a more colorful deck, something a little bit different, a little more modern. Look, we've got alter-abled people in here too. I think this is a great deck. I think it's fun. The colors are amazing. And it's diverse. You know, again, there's a lot of body positivity in here. I love this devil. I think this is a great devil. Such a good job. Yeah, you know, so I know some people are like, oh, I don't like the motorcycles, but I think this is a great deck. Definitely a great beginner deck. If you're new to tarot, this is, I think, a great way to go. I think they read really well. They're fun, and it can make you feel like you have something a little bit different for your collection while you're learning the RWS system. Rider-Waite-Smith, if you don't know what that is. So that was a great purchase, and that deck is actually out on my shelf all the time. Okay, Triomphe de la Luna. So this came out. This is the illustrated pips. And I actually, you guys, this was so ridiculous. You know, he got me. He got me. This is Patrick Valenza. Some of you just love Patrick Valenza's work, and I do too. I really like it, but I haven't worked with this deck in particular. I actually have this deck in the white and the black. This is crazy. I accidentally ordered a white, and then, so I ordered a white, I guess, and then I didn't realize that I ordered a white and black combo, because you could order them for like cheaper. So I got the white and black, and I was really surprised when they came in the mail. I haven't worked with this. I have read with this one, the Aquedoxical, which, yeah, I'm that crazy. I have a thing about things like this where it's like, ooh, I can get it in another color. And I know they have like a pink and everything else. What I like about this is it takes me to a different place. And I think there's something really cheeky about Patrick Valenza's work. There's something that makes you think a little bit differently. It also has an old world feel to it, so it's witchy in its own right. Some people call it dark. I don't call it dark. It's very real. It's really real. So I probably don't need 5 of these decks, which is what I currently have, but I have some in my collector's area. Okay. Here's a deck that is really deep and soulful and is definitely challenging. It's the Somnia Tarot by Nicholas Bruno. So how many of you have this deck? Let me know down below. This deck is really challenging for me as a reader. I got to work for it. I really got to work for it. I know that he has like a coffee table book out about these cards and how he made them. Oh, let's just go to this one because this is just a great one right here. The Tower is really, really great. You know, the burning house on top of you, waiting to crush you, and yet out in the waves. And so this deck for me really goes into the subconscious in a way that I got to be up for it. I got to be honest. This deck is so deep. Like here's the Emperor holding it all up, but it's ready to crush him. You know, there's a lot of imagery in here where it can be very poignant, and you've got to be willing to put the work in, to look into the cards, to think deeply, to allow feelings to come up. And I think this makes this a very advanced tarot deck to work with. You know, I think probably this shuffles like a dream if you're a riffle shuffler. It's got the Masonic on the back. You guys might not know this, but my great-grandfather was a knight in the Masonic order, and I was a Job's daughter, so I was actually in the Masonic temple. That's a story for another time. So anyway, this deck, I have not worked with it anywhere near as much as I would like to, and to tell you the truth, I'd like to cut the borders off of it. Like, they bother me. I feel like the imagery is so rich that having this border on there is kind of crap. I don't know how much it would cut into the backs, but I don't care so much because I'm not really looking at the backs. Anyway, if I were to really work with this deck and find that it really was a deck that was a staple, I probably would alter it. But I will tell you that this deck's a little scary for me. It really makes me, like I said, it really makes me work hard for it. And it really makes me have to just allow my emotions to flow out of me. Just let the cards speak to me. And I have to be willing to go to darker places with this. It's very interesting. It's very provoking. It's a provocative deck. Okay, let's go complete 180. Let's like go a completely different direction. One of my favorite purchases in 2022. Are you ready? Drum roll. Okay, Trash Panda Tarot. You know, it's funny. I am such a dang serious person, but in the last year, I have just kind of had this fuck it attitude that has arisen as I've gotten older and kind of gotten to this place where I'm like, man, I just don't need to be so darn serious anymore. And so Trash Panda, when Trash Panda came up, I saw it on Kickstarter. Oops. Oh, there, look at that one. When Trash Panda came up on Kickstarter, I thought, yeah, I want that deck. This deck is so much fun. Look at this. The cups are soda cans. There they are out there. I mean, yeah, this makes you laugh. Look at that, you guys. This makes you laugh. It makes you just have a good time with the cards. I would call this like a seasoned beginner deck, honestly, because I think if you were learning with this deck, you might run into some problems later on trying to read. But if you are a really well-seasoned beginner, intermediate, advanced, then especially if you're intermediate advanced, you're just going to love what has been done with this deck. Oh, by the way, this is Jennifer Starling Dukart who did this. You're just going to love her take on the deck and how she has used the Trash Pandas in here, the raccoon, and the ways in which she's brought the characters forward. It just, when I want to feel, when I'm kind of in this like, damn it, oh, damn it, or damn you, or I just need a reading right now, and fuck all. This is the deck I'm going to go for because it's just so easy to read. All right, T. T for throat. Okay, talking is not as easy as I want it to be. All right, the Penumbra Tarot. I have to tell you, this is a FOMO deck, you guys. Let's just open. This is definitely a FOMO deck. Like, Ethany was putting this out, and I was like, oh, you know, there were a couple cards that she had up. I'm a magpie, so like the gilding on it, it's just really pretty. Do I have it all upside down? Who knows? It's probably because I've used this one. If you watched my deck declutter, you will know that you will know which way I went on this. After I saw Sylvain's video on this crushed this deck for me in a lot of ways. This does have my all-time favorite Six of Pentacles in it. I would say this is this deck is hit or miss for me. Like, I don't have a particular, you guys don't hate me, particular connection to dragons. And this one's an interesting one. It has like hooves. So having it on the moon, you know, yeah, it's not, this is, I guess it's kind of an easy read, but sometimes on some of the cards, I just go, that is not what I feel goes with that, you know, that card. I do like this Fool, you know, the chance part of it, the rolling the dice. He doesn't seem stupid. He seems like very determined, like he's getting out there and doing it. So, you know, there are some absolute, honestly, I think the Pentacles suit in this is fabulous. Like, it really is great. And there is diversity in here. There's diversity of body. There's There's different diversity of body, diversity of color. I don't know if there's a ton of diversity with ethnicity, but yeah, this deck's just like a meh for me. It's unfortunate. The book itself in here is quite lovely, as all of Ethany's books are. So there's that to be said for it. All right, moving right along to the Illustrated Fox Tarot. And this is by, oh man, this is hard when they just don't put it on the box. First of all, can we just say thank you for this wonderful box? Guys, this box is just beautiful. I saw this on Kickstarter, but I bought it on her Etsy. And I don't know how she did that. Like, yeah, I don't know. But gilded edges. What makes this deck really neat is the fact, look at these backs, aren't they beautiful? What makes this deck really neat is the variety of what's going on here. So you've got the sign, you've got, so it's Gemini and Virgo here when you get to the Two of Swords, which is really interesting. And it's got astrological, let me see if I can get, I'm kind of trying to look here really quickly, see if I can find, okay, yeah, here's a Queen of Cups. So it has the Myers-Briggs on the court cards, which is really kind of interesting to work with. It's a black and white deck. I really like black and white decks. I find them very fun to work with. And sometimes, I mean, although I love color, I feel like having a good black and white deck is quite lovely. And you do have the astrological cards in here as well. So you have like a 12 bonus cards in here. So got Sagittarius there. Let's see. I'm just going to pull out some of the other cards here. But you also have, look, like here's Sagittarius's Temperance. So you have the astrological associations with it. Look, Aquarius with the star. I'm just trying to go through here and show you. So there's a lot of information on these cards. And that makes them interesting to work with. If you are someone who wants to learn about the astrological influences on the cards and their associations, this is a great one. I feel like the art is engaging, really, really engaging. This is linked to Scorpio. So you've got the Nine of Swords here, linked to Scorpio. And no, Nine of Rods. Sorry, Nine of Rods. Yeah, I just feel like this is a deck that is very unique. I don't use it a lot, honestly, but I don't have anything like it in my collection, and I'm looking forward to moving into using this more and more. The Illustrated Fox Tarot. It's a very unique idea for a deck. All right, and I think I actually ordered this in 2021. Who out there has the 5-cent tarot? The 5-cent tarot is by an unknown person because their name is not on the box. And you get to order it in whatever colors you want. So I got kind of this purpley color for it. And it's got keywords on it. And it's got just little phrases. And then it's kind of got a reverse. So you can read the keywords on the reverse. So if it comes up reversed. It's in this old-fashioned, it's got these old-fashioned, I don't know, sort of like, I guess like apothecary. That's what I would call it. This feels like the apothecary font to me. And even this feels like that era of what we think of as the apothecary, maybe the early 1900s sort of feel to it. I am actually taking a good hard look at this tarot because I haven't used it very much. I don't read with the keywords on it. I mean, like, I'm just not a person who has keywords on my tarot. So I will tell you that this is I'm taking a good hard look at the 5-cent tarot to see whether it's something that's going to stay in my collection. I forgot to share with you the deck that I bought in Spain. So I did buy a deck. I got the Murder Crows Tarot, and I got the limited edition one. They had it, it was in the plastic. Now, I originally had this tarot. I bought it in just the black and white, and it just wasn't doing it for me. So this is by, sorry you guys, James O'Barr, no. Deck by Corrado Roy. Sorry, that was a quote they had in there. Backs of this is just lovely. I had bought this in black and white, wasn't sure, gave it to my daughter because this is definitely something that she likes. But since I was in Spain and I was reading the book on the Morrigan, I thought that this fit, that this was something that might fit into my practice, might be something that I keep ready for if I was going to work with the Morrigans. This was my thinking at the time. And I do love the little bit of red. Now, I've seen other people add red to the black and white version. I did not feel like the price I paid for this was very expensive, but it's, to me, the euro was almost level with the dollar, which was really nice when we were there. So I didn't overpay for this. I have not had a chance to explore this. As you can see, it's in order. Very different, very dark. I'm not even sure that this feels like the Morrigan in the way that I've come to understand her. I'm just not sure of that. So we shall see. Oh, there it is. If of what I think about this, and I will share when I do have more on that. I ordered, I'm a Benabel Wen fan, so I still want the Vitruvian version, but so when the Spirit Keepers Revelations came out, I ordered it. I have not worked with this deck yet. I have been through it several times. I have the book of maps. I actually printed it off so that I would have it. This deck is exquisite, and she is an incredible academic with the type of memory that just is amazing to me. That she just, she remembers all these correspondences, and her life is just very text literate. She is an attorney in real life, and that makes sense to me since I'm married to an attorney and my mother was an attorney, of the type of mind that creates something like this. I will be studying this with 2 people come January of 2023, and I look forward to getting to know this. I actually have 2 copies of this, one that is still sealed in the plastic in a box here. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have to cough now. All right, I'm back after some tea. The next one that I want to share with you is, I was going to say, it's not my, okay, my unicorn deck. This was my unicorn deck. I had wanted it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. It is now actually available in reprint. The Arthurian Tarot. I think that it's being reprinted this year. This is the original. So this is the, I don't know what this snags on, but it does. It's really weird. This is the original version with these backs right here and the white borders. So the new version, there's a black version and then there's a green version, I think. So I didn't pay a ton of money for this. I think for what I paid for this deck, I could get the new version. I think the new version is shipping from England. I would tell you, if you want to find the Arthurian Tarot by Caitlin and John Matthews, then I know that Candy over at Candy Soul and Soil, or Soil and Soul, has in her community tab, if you scroll through her community tab, she posted up there that it was coming back out for print. And I thought about buying it just because I could have it without the borders with the new back, but I have, my goal for 2023 is to use what I have, and it seems silly to buy another one. This is in perfect condition. Here's the original book that came with it. And then I bought the HaloQuest to go with this. So the HaloQuest is a way that you work through the Arthurian legend to through the cards and do deep work. And I bought the original book, and I have to tell you, it was, gosh, I don't know what is getting in my way here. It was rather expensive to buy that book. The book was almost as much as the deck to get the version that I wanted. And I know that the new version comes with the HaloQuest in it and the deck. So I don't regret it because I have something really special. Sorry guys, just I only have a couple more decks, thank goodness, because my voice is giving out. But this was just, I wanted this. I'd seen Candy use it, and I had looked through the HaloQuest, and so I really wanted to take some time and do this. And so it is my goal in spring to do the HaloQuest. Okay, so next I bought this deck right here, Outgrow Yourself. And oh my gosh, this is by Acta. No, that's not who it's by. That's it in another language. The Outgrow Yourself Oracle and Tarot. I will try to find the name of it. I cannot find the author of this, but if you look up Outgrow Yourself, or the link down below in the description box, you'll be able to look at it. Okay, so I bought this because I wanted to do a before you buy with another deck that I'll show you next, because this has the Thoth meanings on it, the Thoth keywords on it. This up here is what's interesting, is that this is like an oracle up here. This is the Death card. And, you know, you can see that there are two people in the cage. There's like a face here. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Kind of some fire maybe. Hide your secret under the tree. So it's kind of interesting. It has this up here. You can just use it like an oracle. If you don't read tarot, then you can just do it that way. Here's the Prince of Discs. He's on a bowl. It's kind of interesting. Be patient. Things are set in motion. So this, I'm telling you, if you're an oracle deck or a tarot deck creator and you want to sell to those of us who are 50 and over, the people who have disposable income, then you need to think about doing print like this, because this print is so hard to read. It's so small. Like, I really need to get it up by my face because it's really, really small. So anyway, that being said, I got these to do a comparison on so I had to, okay, sorry you guys, blah, I'm losing it. I'm losing my mind here. I'm not feeling well. I had to put what they are on here because I don't know the Thoth words. So this is the Six of Wands, and I cannot find, you know, I guess there's 6 in here, but there was no way to tell that these are wands. So if you are Thoth literate, then this may be the deck for you. I'm not going to go into too much because I do have this before you buy that's going to be coming out in, like, I don't know, February. On this one, this was very interesting. I had seen this on Martin's channel, Martin's Musings. For those of you who need another channel to watch, Martin's Musings Martin is just a really unique person. I really enjoy him. And I thought, I'm going to get this because it's Thoth based and I wanted to try something different and kind of push the box. So I ordered that, and it's not held up so well. I ordered it to do it before you buy with the Brady Tarot. It's a foreword written by Rachel Pollack, so that's not who this is by. Let me see. This is a gentleman wrote the book, and then a woman did the woodcuts on this. And so let me just see if I can give you the name of... Oh, it says it's by Rachel Pollack. Is that really right? Why did I think that this was a guy? That is so interesting, you guys. Brady, I guess I'm thinking, is a man, but this is by Rachel Pollack, and then the art is by Emmy Brady. Okay, so that's why they call it the Brady Tarot. Maybe it's her daughter. Who knows? Like, because she could be married. That is so strange that I thought this was... Here's the backs. So that is so interesting. This deck is profound. It really is. I'm not going to go totally into it. This is one of my favorite purchases of the whole year. It does have similarities to Thoth in the words. And you can see it's an animal deck. And I really got into animal decks this year. I really just let myself dive in. I was really called to them. I think that the keywords on here make this a really cool deck to be a part of. So horns are water. Roots are, you can see the roots are the pentacles. Arrows are air, right? Or swords. And I'm missing one, aren't I? No. Arrows are... Oh, this is terrible, you guys. I'm too sick to remember. Feathers are air, and arrows are wands. Okay. Wow. I'm doing great. And I've really used the heck out of this deck. It's beautiful. I just don't know how well this would shuffle for you. You know what I mean? I just don't know. What I like about this deck is how the book has surprised me so much. So again, I find it interesting that I had no idea this is Rachel Pollack. I thought this was a guy. That's so interesting. I feel like this has a very divine masculine feel to this deck. It's very powerful that way. And I love the box. I have kept the dust cover on it just because I like it, but the box is really pretty. Yes, I'm a box junkie. Okay, 2 left, you guys, just 2. The Textured Tarot. And again, nothing on here to tell me Lisa McLaughlin. Yeah, Lisa McLaughlin. So the Textured Tarot, this is a fiber arts deck. And I have not worked with it yet. It is on my list of things to do, but it is a fiber art deck. I'm going to just do this like this and you can look because I want to keep it in order. Where you get all the texture from, right? I did not have anything like this, and I felt as though I needed... No, I don't need it. That I wanted something that touched me in a different way, and I feel like that's exactly what these fabrics do. The composition on these cards is really unique. I've been through this. I've looked at it. Pulled it out a couple times and contemplated digging deep, but I have not done so. But I look forward to doing that this year in 2023. Like I said, one of my mantras for 2023 is use what you have. So that's something that I will be approaching. This next deck, I wanted so badly, and it was out of print. And then right before my birthday, she came up and she really said, I'm going to reprint it. It's Kitten Chop's Playful Heart Tarot. So this was a birthday present to myself. So I do know when I got it. And it was so sweet. She wrote me a birthday card, you guys. And that was really special to get because I was like, hope it arrives in time for my birthday, and it did. So it was like this special birthday present to myself. It was my 50th birthday, and this is not my usual thing that I get, but I wanted something that sparked in me childlike feelings. However, that's not really what this deck has done. This deck has brought me into contact with the painfulness of my childhood. My childhood was just not carefree. I was not a carefree child. I wasn't. And this is very carefree. And so in many ways, this has become a shadow working deck. I look at it and I find myself being brought into my own brokenness. And I feel like it's brokenness that probably has come down generationally that I'm supposed to, like, it's like generational karma that I'm supposed to be clearing. I don't know if this deck does that for anyone else. Let me know, like on the decks I've mentioned even, like what does this deck do for you if you have it? Let's relate to that. 8 of Swords there. It's a beautiful deck, and like I said, it was so cool that it came up for me right at my birthday. It has these extra cards, and I ordered all the other cards that go with it. These are the Oracle cards. These are awesome. I wish you would do an Oracle deck because they just stay out. There's not very many of them. I think there's 12. And these are wonderful. These really take me where I need to go at times when I need some honest love. Honest love, that's what I would say. There's an honesty to this tarot for me that's been very powerful and very useful. So these are also, if you didn't watch my other tarot video, all the decks I bought in my mass market tarot decks, then you can see that right there. That's coming up on the screen for you. You can click on that if you're interested in the mass market decks I bought in 2022. And it is my goal to do in-depth videos on all of these decks because I feel like each one deserves some time. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. And until we meet again, may you use what you have.